Hello guys and welcome to another Mad Chili video. Today we're here in Forza Motorsport 7 doing some of the what's called leagues. Personally I'd call it like season racing. It's a bit like iRacing in terms of different. Don't worry, that's where the simulation. This is where the just to make this very clear, this is an arcade racer, and this is where the similarities with iRacing end. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of like, so you have different events, 4 events that are open at different times, and you can join a lobby in them and have a bit of fun. Now, unfortunately, obviously I have 2 PCs, one that I do a lot of the streaming on, and one that I do a lot of the recording on. And unfortunately, it hasn't synced from one PC to the other. I think I know why. It's something to do with Xbox Live being open or not open. Now, weirdly, this profile is my older one. This is the one that I did actually do a couple of streams on about 2 years ago. And it's... I got a lot of rewards since then, because obviously I've just been, every now and then Forza gifts you a few cars. So I've been able to actually get a bit of a high car collector score, so I might keep this profile over the other one. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, the single player career mode is where you do a lot of the main progression. The only progression in this is your level. Level 5 is the lowest and level 1 is the highest. It's a bit weird. I'm on level 3 in my other account, so I'm not massively ahead anyway, but I think we'll go ahead and give this a go. So we're going to be doing the Spec Sim event today, probably for about half an hour, I should think. Yeah, about half an hour. I'll pause the recording if there's a race going on in this lobby, and we'll keep an eye on it later. There is a race going on. It's just started, unfortunately, at Lime Rock Park. I love Lime Rock Park, so oh wow, we'll have to wait then. This is the Spec Sim Racing, so this is so this series. Oh, okay, yeah, I got moved to the race. So generally, unfortunately, the races aren't the most popular on this game. Sometimes I think this is probably the only lobby. This game's a bit dead. It's about 3 years old. However, but I have been seeing people playing Gran Turismo Sport, and I do really like the look of it. Sadly, it's PS only, so this is the next best thing, isn't it? It's quite similar, definitely, I think, in terms of, it's an arcadey racer on console, and it's only available on its specific console as well. But yeah, so that's kind of, I've been getting into this game, actually, the last couple of days. I've been doing a little bit on it. So this is the Spec Sim series this season, this week of this season. It's event number 3, and it is in the Maserati Ghibli. I think it's called the Ghibli. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. So all the cars are spec, they're all the same. Now, unfortunately about this series, the collisions are turned on. Yeah, sometimes there are races in this game with no collisions, and I do appreciate that, because it's an absolute nightmare without collisions, no, with collisions. People, whenever you try to make a move on them, they don't seem to like the fact that you're passing them. It seems to make them a little bit angry, and they tend to try to spin you out a little bit. So in terms of assists here, this game feels absolutely horrendous unless you have the stability control turned on. I find the traction control I'm happy to have turned off. For a wheel, which I'm on, you have to have simulation steering. It still feels a bit funny on simulation steering, but if you're not on simulation steering, it feels awful. So that's all of that then. So that's all we've got. Track limits are off because that's a setup thing. That's to do with the particular thing. So I like to have ABS. Actually, I don't even know if I do have ABS on or off. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have it off. So obviously, so basically, suggested line. I always have to have suggested line turned on, because you don't actually know in this game what track you're going to be at. It could be any of. Sometimes it does tend to repeat tracks. It could be any of these tracks, anyone. So we have Bathurst, Burney's Alps. I think some of these are fake, by the way. Brands Hatch, Kota. There's a great selection actually. Daytona, Dubai, Hockenheim, Homestead, Indianapolis, Le Mans, Lime Rock Park, Long Beach, Maple Valley, Laguna Seca, Monza. Where's that? Mugello, Nürburgring, Prague, Rio, Road America, Road Atlanta, Sebring, Silverstone, Sonoma, Spa, Suzuka, Test Track Airfield, the Top Gear Test Track. I haven't done a race around there, I really want that. VIR, which is obviously what it's abbreviated to, Virginia International Raceway. It's massive. VIR, Watkins Glen, and Yas Marina. Yas Island circuit, I don't know. But there's loads of circuits in this game. It could be any one of these. I haven't been on the Top Gear test track yet, so I'm really hoping for a race around there. Right, I'm going to pause the video now because we've still got a little bit of time for this race to end, and I'll bring it up when the next race is in intermission. Right, the race is just about to end, and yeah, also just wondering, guys, as well, hope you do really enjoy this content. A little bit different, maybe a bit more arcadey kind of racing sim. Also, because of how this game handles, I found, and also and often the fact that the racing is ghosted, meaning that your screen can get a bit blocked up with ghosted cars. I always race in the hood cam, bonnet cam, hood cam. I don't know. Am I American or not? It's a bonnet cam, but there we go. Oh, next race is actually going to be at Lime Rock. I've noticed this lately in this season, where tracks keep getting repeated, but with different variations. I don't know why. I think it might be a bug. I'm not sure. So this race is going to start. There's going to be 45 seconds now of intermission, and then there'll be a minute of intermission, of which we're already 20 seconds into. So you have a minute of intermission, then 15 seconds launch countdown, and then the race starts. So we're going to have six laps around Lime Rock Park. This is the full circuit. This is the classic circuit on iRacing. So you've got no chicanes at all, so it's a faster variant. Now, on this game as well, you are allowed to cut corners. On this particular variant of the track, there's no real need to cut corners. But the rule is on Forza, unless you're playing with the special brand new race regulations turned on, that not many multiplayer servers have. This one doesn't, because it's a league lobby. But if that's turned on, then it is enforced. But if that's turned off, you can basically cut the track wherever there isn't a tyre barrier. That's the track limits on Forza. They put tyre barriers in places where there aren't usually tyre barriers in real life to try and stop you just totally cutting the track. But as long as you don't hit those, cutting is fine. Just in case you're wondering, only 6 drivers in here, so it might be a bit boring. It's a bit of a shame with this game. They don't tend to have much, although we're starting from the back and we've got collisions. Collisions, of course, are turned on, which always goes well. What on earth? What? Oh, what? Oh, I know. Oh, wait, what? My game keeps pausing, but I thought it was a control that was turned on. Why does my game keep pausing? This is really weird. Pause. Button 7. Hang a minute, is that... No, that isn't one of my... What? Right, okay, I'm just going to reset to default quickly. Right, is it going to pause now? There we go. Okay, I don't know what that was about. That kind of ruined the first race. But never mind. That was a bit weird. Yeah, my game just... I don't know what I did. I just reset the controls to default. And that seems to have done something. So yeah, apologies for that. It'll be a bit of a weird first race now, but never mind. I don't know what that was about. The game just kept pausing. I thought it might have been my gear stick down there, if there was like a certain button being pressed. But nope, it's in the neutral position, so I don't know. I have no idea what was causing that, but let's enjoy the race anyhow. No safety rating or anything in this game, or any iRating. There's the league rank. So obviously where you finish does kind of impact how many points you get, although it doesn't really matter that much. You don't seem to get anything for ranking up either, because even though I didn't rank up to full rank, I was only ranked 4 at the end of last season, and I still got all the rewards for that season. So it doesn't seem to matter too much anyway, which is why I'm happy playing it without it being synced or anything. So we're in 5th, yeah, that person that was on the grid disconnected, so it was 5th out of 6, it's now 5th out of 5th, although I think we will be scored out of all the 6 that started. It's a good opportunity to get a bit of practice in, though. I do really like this circuit, as you know. And it is just as good on Forza Motorsport. Well, maybe not quite as good, because the cars don't feel very good on this game. The cars on this game, they are a lot more arcadey than they are on iRacing. You can chuck them round. Again, you know, this game is almost an opposite to iRacing, really. It's, you know, iRacing shows how realistic racing games can be, And Forza, they kind of show what you can do with a racing game. You can have all these fun little championships and all these fun little, lots of tracks, lots of cars, but not necessarily the most realistic. Because the sort of people playing them, they want to be realistic. This game's definitely made to handle better on an Xbox controller. However, even though I do have an Xbox controller, I'm still using a wheel. Who knows why? We'll see what my lap times are, though. I care about the lap time. If we could have won this on lap time, I'll be happy. So it's a bit of a shame, really, what happened there. With it pausing. I don't really know what was the cause of that, because the button that it said was assigned to pause it was not a button that I was pressing. So it's a little bit weird, but however, it doesn't really matter, does it? So this is an inside cam look. I prefer it outside cam in this game. Which is actually very unusual for me, because I like to run cockpit cam in pretty much every game that I play. But this game, I actually kind of prefer outside cam. I think it's because of how the cars handle. It just suits the handling model a lot better. I always wondered why on Gran Turismo Sport loads of people who are really quick use the hood camera, even though there is a cockpit camera. I've seen it when people flick through the cameras. I think this is why it is. These sort of games are actually quite nice. Oh dear, I wasn't quite using enough braking there. That invalidated that lap. It doesn't really matter because invalidated laps still count. But yeah, this game's really fun, I think. I really do quite like it. I've always had it. I've had it for ages. I've never really delved into the multiplayer side of things, though. And I think that's where I went wrong. The AI on this game aren't very good. They are a little bit slow. Even when I put them up to, like, highly skilled, and they were still... I was still beating them by a good 10 seconds. They weren't that highly skilled. If I was beating them with no practice. I mean, there is the dynamic racing line, although at some tracks, again, the racing line's not the most accurate thing in the world. Definitely Maple Valley Raceway, I think it was. That doesn't have a very good driving line at all. Had to totally learn the track on that one. Because I was doing it for some... they also have, like, Rivals Challenges. It's one that I do like on Forza. They send you emails not emails, like messages inside the game, telling you about these Rivals Challenges that you can do. And they are really good fun to do. Oh, the audio in this game, I quite like it, although weirdly, I'm pretty sure it is even the case, but I seem to be able to hear helicopters in the air sometimes, at certain parts of certain tracks, and I don't know why, but I do. Now, these races are typically about 8 minutes in length, so they're not the longest races in the world. Some of them are closer to 4 minutes, but I'd say the average is 8. This race is definitely going to be about 7 or so minutes. Oh, there you go, someone in P4 is for some reason pitting. I think, like Gran Turismo Sports, I think the pit stops are quite quick in this game, as in you literally pit and then come straight out after doing repairs or whatever. There you go, we passed through in the pits though, so that was alright. So there you go, the race is going to end now because the leaders crossed the line, so we're not going to make it round to the end because it's a whole minute lap time. So sadly, because of that thing at the start, we're not really going to be able to finish, but it doesn't matter. Obviously, I know now for next time, well, that it won't pause. I was really surprised by that. Obviously, I did literally start the game and jump straight into doing this recording, because I expected it to be set up the same as my other Forza Motorsport 7, but that isn't the case. So now we might actually just make this. Come on, 5. Well, I don't think we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. 2. Oh, we just didn't make it. In the end, though, that lap time would have easily got a second. But there we go. I think we finished 4th there, so not bad, considering we were stuck paused like that. You see there, thanks to opponent skill, though, whatever that means. I really don't understand that. Opponent skill? It's like, you either gain loads of points or lose loads of points. I think it depends on how you do versus your opponents, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go, Long Beach. I like Long Beach. I've never played it on this game before. I've only ever played on iRacing. On iRacing, obviously, the IMSA series is here on the week that I'm recording it, although the next iRacing week starts tomorrow. It's a Monday that I'm recording this on. Monday the 4th of January. But yeah. Never raced it in this. Obviously, in iRacing, there's been lots of pile-ups. Now, in terms of starting position, oh, cool. We'll be starting second on the grid. That's because we started at the back last time. So, and because we finished near the back, we get put near the front for this one. It's a little bit random. I think it's partial reverse grid, but not full. It is a little bit random, but it does seem to slightly go along with what happened in the last race. But we'll see. I mean, we've got 8 drivers in here, so it's a bit busier. Yeah, Long Beach. So this will be pretty fun. It'll probably look quite different to what it does on iRacing. I've noticed circuits on Forza Motorsport look very different to what they do on any other racing I've ever played. They do look slightly less realistic, maybe. Slightly more colourful. I don't know. They definitely have been toned up a little bit for the game. I don't know. Remember, this game is a bit more arcadey. It's not about the simulator side of it so much. Right, turn 1 at Long Beach. Now, I know this may look like I'm being a really dirty driver, however, it's kind of how everybody races on Forza, and if you want to get any positions, it's probably what you should do, because other people are absolute nightmares with it. And in the end, it wasn't actually that bad anyway. We have got simulation damage on in this lobby, so we'll have to watch that. Obviously, with this game not minding that you cut stuff, you can, you know, that really nice corner cut that iRacing removed. You can do that in this game. There you go, that was good. It's a little bit stuttery at times. My graphics card does only have the 3 gig of VRAM, so maybe that's why. My other one doesn't stutter, and that has 6 gig of VRAM, so maybe that's why. But we've got a nice 4-second lead here, so obviously, maybe this is showing that I have experience of this track in iRacing. Because unlike Lime Rock Park, this circuit does actually feel quite similar to what it does on iRacing. Obviously, this game isn't really comparable with iRacing though. We've got a good 4.5-second lead though. This is nice. We should be able to win this quite nicely. Obviously, we started P2, so we only had to make up a little bit of time. Now somehow, and this is another bug as well with the whole invalidated lap. I started this lap and it was already invalidated. Can't really work that out as to why. But that's also why cutting corners is okay. Because the game just doesn't seem to do anything. That was the guy that started ahead of us pitting, so he must have had damage from a crash with someone else. I think I did slightly hit him, but it wasn't that aggressive. I'm slightly clonking the walls here. Although apparently, considering I clonked that wall, the game gave me perfect turn. I don't think it was that perfect. We're actually on a nice 10-second lead now, so it may be a little bit too easy with this lobby and track combination, but it's really fun. I do really like Long Beach. Just in iRacing, it's a little bit tight to race around, and a lot of people don't understand how that last hairpin works on rolling starts, and because of that, no one, you know, I really just don't want to go near it for fear of safety rating. We've now got a very nice 11-second lead here, so this is awesome. That last corner's nowhere near as tight on this game as it is on iRacing. It opens up a bit more. Definitely. Cross the line, 1 minute 38. So these things are quite slow, because in the touring cars on iRacing, I was doing 1 minute 29s, 1 minute 28. So... oh dear! Yeah, the brakes don't feel very good into there. Yeah, the brakes feel horrendous into there. Do keep in mind that I do have... you can't really tune the brake axes on this game, so I don't have full use of my brake pedal. My brake pedal is like so stiff that you basically can't press it fully. In iRacing I got it mapped to only 50% of the axes. That's how bad it is. So maybe for that corner we do need to brake a bit earlier than the driving line suggests. I think we do have a bit of damage now. There's tyres littered everywhere, so that suggests that other people have had no more easier time of this circuit as I have. They've also found it quite difficult, probably more difficult. The circuit's definitely more open on that bit. All the cars less understeery, I don't know. I mean, we probably have a bit of damage now. I'm pretty surprised we haven't had any damage warnings in the right corner. So somehow this lap is already invalidated, despite the fact that it was like that as soon as we started. It's a bit weird. They're using full brake power there. Oh, hit the wall again. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this game. Forza Motorsport 7, it's a pretty cool little game. This race hasn't been the most fun. Neither was the last one, really. That is one thing. This game is not massively popular, and the competition in some of the multiplayer servers, sometimes you can have some pretty awesome battles, but a lot of the time, it can be a little bit boring, because there's either one person who's really quick and runs away with it, because there are some tracks where people really exploit the track limits, and I can't really figure that out. You know, I like to take little cuts, but I don't like to take completely different lines that are like totally off the track. Like at Suzuka, someone just missed all of the spoon curve and the one that comes after that. I don't know what it's called, but they missed all of that and went all the way around the outside and got an awesome run around the straight, which gave them like 2 seconds a lap advantage. And it was like, hang on a minute, that's a bit unfair. Right, there's cutting the track and then there's just totally not following it. Cross the line now, pretty decent lap there, 1 minute 37.4. A lot quicker than anybody else, although weirdly, the guy in P6 actually did a pretty decent lap. He was the guy who started alongside us, and then we got a bit of a better start, and managed to shove him out of the way, which may sound a bit like dirty driving, but it's Forza. That's the main difference between this and iRacing. The standard of racing on this game is, let's just say, bad. Let's just say that. We'll do one more race, I think, and then we'll finish the video. I hope you guys really like this. It probably won't become a series or anything. Well, there's not really anything to make a series about, really. It's just doing a couple of races, but I hope people like it. I think it's a little bit of fun, really, isn't it? Something nice to make a video about, a little bit different to iRacing, a bit more chilled out. You know, if you mess up a race in this game, it just doesn't matter. If that was iRacing that I was stuck on the start line in that race earlier, I would have been freaking out. There we go, you gained nice 94 points there as well. Where are we at next then? We're at Maple Valley Raceway. Well, this is the one I was talking about earlier. Has some pretty nice fast corners, this circuit. The driving line is often wrong here, so I'm guessing we're starting... I was starting second again, actually, so not bad. So it's not totally reverse grid then. Only 30 seconds, actually, until the end of intermission, and then 15 seconds, and we'll start. Only 3 laps this one. So not the longest, it's quite a long circuit actually, and then we'll finish the video. So a pretty nice, you know, pretty nice mix up of circuits here, definitely. And the track variety in this game and the car variety is pretty decent. There's quite a few, you know, I'm still racing around tracks that I haven't raced around yet. I'm still waiting for that Top Gear test track though. Still waiting. Dunsfold. I really like that circuit. Never mind. Right, 5 seconds to launch. Starting second, I think. From what I remember, unless other people have like messed up the order by joining now. 9 drivers in here, so it's a bit of a busier race, this one. Although we can still go up to 24, because it's not exactly rammed. Yeah, nice on the front row. Car in first is away. I'm being shoved out of the way. That's to be expected. This is what I mean, though. This is why I was rough with that person. It's how you drive on this game. Whoa! Ouch! Yeah, no one bothers braking. You know, they just forgot the art of braking. And this person's braking there for no reason. I will push past this person. This is what I mean. This is how you race on this game. Sadly, that first place guy was quite quick in the last race, so I think he might get away now, unfortunately. Luckily, I do know this circuit after doing it in time trial. I think we are basically stuck in second place, though. I'm not catching the guy ahead, unless he can find somewhere that he's really weak. Oh dear, that was somewhere where I was weak. Yeah, so clearly, I think we've lost the win here. Might be another dull race, actually. If I hadn't been messed around by those other people, maybe I could have had a chance of fighting with him, but now I think it's basically lost. This is the bit of the circuit now where we'll see the driving line is totally wrong. Yeah, it's normally you can just go flat through all of this almost. Yep. You can cut that little bit there. See, it's mostly flat, the whole thing. Yeah, the guy in first has really gotten away. I don't know this circuit that well anyway, so by the looks of it, by the amount he's gotten away, I don't think we would have stood a chance anyway. In fact, the guys behind are actually a little bit close, so maybe we could actually have a proper battle here. Who knows? Oh, that guy's just sent it. This is what I mean. I mean, like, this is basically the standard of racing that you can expect. That guy was a second and a bit back, and he just absolutely sent it. Remember, damage is turned on. That's the annoying part. But this is why racing in this game is often ghosted. Because the racing is not great. It's my one thing with it. I mean, what to expect to have a bit more of an arcadey sim, I guess. You will get people who can't really drive, and really the only thing you can do is, see, exactly the kind of thing I expect. Oh, so I'm being quite rough with people as well, although that is because I tried doing a Formula E race once in this game, online, and when I was being all nice and safe, I ended up getting shuffled to the back of the pack because everyone was using me basically to just, they were using me as a braking point and just ramming into me. Yeah, it wasn't very good. This game doesn't have the cleanest of drivers in it. That's certain. My car's definitely got a bit of damage now because it's quite understeer. That guy's gone off. I'd like to get third back at least. Really, I'd like to be in second because the guy in third is the reason I'm not in second anymore, because he thought it would be fun to do the world's biggest dive bomb and absolutely kill me. I don't know why he did that, but I guess he thought it'd be good entertainment. I don't know. Sadly, that is the kind of racing that you get on this game, and that's about all you can do with it. I mean, he's overrun that same corner again, so there we go. Thank you for that. We're not able to get the guy ahead now because he's gotten away a bit too much, but I'll take third. What with the carnage that has been in this race, no doubt he'll probably come back at me soon and try and dive bomb me in a stupid area again, because why not? However, it's still fun. This is what I mean about this being a bit of fun. You know, it's not It's not as serious as iRacing, no way. It's just a little bit of fun. That's why I thought it'd be nice to have, make a little video about it, a little bit of fun. Oh, the guy ahead must have made a mistake because he's now only 6 seconds ahead of me. Sadly, it's not enough at this stage, but if he can make another mistake like that, maybe we'd be within range. He's only 5.5 seconds away now, so he's had a bit of a poor lap. Sadly, this isn't a bit of the circuit. It's basically all flat out from here, so I doubt he's going to make a mistake from here. Nah. So it's going to be 3rd place. I mean, 4th place is actually right behind us. So if he decides to do something funny and try to kill us, then I'm sure he will. Oh, never mind. He's gone off there. You can cut that bit of grass, but it actually slows you down. So, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, luckily he did exactly the same thing as me. Across the line, it's going to be 3rd place. That's pretty fun, actually. That was pretty fun. I was a little bit off the pace, yeah. I think there's some places of that circuit that you can cut. That's the one downside with being able to cut the circuit, though, is that if you can find somewhere better to cut it, then you can gain a lot of time. Because typically I don't look for cuts. I don't really cut a circuit. Because I play games like iRacing, where that doesn't happen. But I said, it's a bit more of an arcadey game. It's a bit of fun. Why not? We only gained 24 points there, but it's been an alright kind of race. We've got a win in the bag there as well. So I'm really happy with that. Get our 20,000 credits, another 50,000 credits. You get that for each day. You get daily rewards for doing wins, for getting podiums, and for getting races. So pretty decent that. I hope everyone really enjoyed this one. I hope to see you in the next video. And also let me know if you would like more Forza Motorsport stuff. Maybe some single player stuff. Maybe some of the other multiplayer stuff that's outside of the some of the multiplayer stuff that is outside of the leagues, maybe. But anyway, hope you guys really enjoy that, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!